Long Beach Mall, I wrapped it out there as well.
Mm-hmm.
Storage land. I was also close, lucky. Then he dragged into the reeds. I don't know if you know the storage land side, Long Beach Mall. One night there alone, somebody comes up to me. I was lucky, I couldn't see, it was at night. And then he dragged me across, there's reeds there. No, I've been to the street, I was in shock that they left, and there were many other people. No, I'm fine.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so can you just start by telling me your name and your age?
My full name is Cindy, C-I-N-D-Y. Second name Lee, married, maiden Bub, married Blom.
And how old are you?
I'm born 19 of August 1969, and will make me 65 years old at the moment.
Yeah. And where are you from?
As far as I can remember as a child, I think I was born in Bloemfontein. Free State. Bloemfontein.
Yeah.
I can still remember one of the address we lived. It was 93 Elwell Street, Bloemfontein. Close to a school, a girls' school, Ronja Macy School on the left.
Yeah. You have quite a good memory to
Well,
remember
I can remember
that.
as a child. Oh yes.
Yeah, to remember that much detail, that's really remarkable. How was your childhood?
Difficult.
Okay.
Childhood was difficult.
Why was it difficult?
Live in Bloem and then moving. My father had this moving around a lot. I think from Bloem, I think Eastern Transvaal. I went to school in White River, lived just a block up the road. My father rented an old house. Was my mother was also living with us, and my father, and I had the brother Guy, 3 years younger than me. My mother's mother. Okay, so it's my father, my mother's mother, one brother. I had a younger brother, Luke. My mother's mother was busy dying of cancer. I still remember I was in the room next to her in Whitechapel. I don't know what the address was. It was a block away from this Whitechapel primary school. My mother's mother was in the one room and I was in the left, and she was busy dying of cancer. My mother had to look after her. My father was working. Then my mother's mother, then suddenly moved. My father, I think, was working in Nelspruit. My mother at home, looking after her mother, and eventually I think my father put us in the hostel in Whitechapel, my brother and I, Guy.
And why did you get put in the hostel?
Maybe he said, at least you can get a plate of food, and my mother was also in quite a state. Because I think I remember the last, I sat with my father in the lounge, and he said, I don't know what to do. I think he had to sell the property again and take my mother and her mother to her sister in Randburg. She had 3 children.
Okay.
Mark, Aldous, Craig, and Lisa.
You have a really good memory.
Yeah, I can remember his childhood.
And how old were you when you went to the hostel?
I'm sure about 10, 11.
And how was life in the hostel?
Rough. I don't know where to start now. Confused and what is going on with the family?
Yeah.
Watching my mother just suffering. My mother, I think, slowly having a nervous breakdown. She did. Ended up in Westcott, Victoria. Her father lived in Pretoria, looking after my brother, the youngest, Luke. My mother, I think she was just having a nervous breakdown. So I think Westcott.
Yeah. Yes.
Nervous breakdown. My mother's father was living in Pretoria, second wife, looking after my youngest brother, Luke. What I vaguely remember too, I think it was with my mother driving somewhere in our family. My mother told me all the secrets of the family.
Okay. How was your relationship? Were you very close to your mom?
Yes.
So how was it like being away from her when you were in the hostel?
No, it was worrying. I think it was all confusing because I was young. Get out of my husband. Look, a honeymoon, my husband and I, this was also a coincidence, who knows who. I married to Janus Kobus Blom.
Okay, so tell me about your husband. How did you meet him?
Yeah, father he rented a small building, shop in Superplants, Portus.
Okay.
We lived just across the road.
How old were you here?
No, I was already in my late 20s.
Okay.
So one day somebody comes in, he's from Pinelands, he's an artist. JJ, okay. Janus Kobus Blom. Look, invite him over. He was in Pinelands. I don't know. Eventually got married. Court.
Okay.
Given all the proofs in court.
Okay.
Evidence, other witnesses, my mother, father. I didn't own one of those cell phones. So I give information to people that I know of my family and husband and all that. So there is security at the train station. They also know what my husband looks like.
When have you last seen your husband?
I don't know, it was a long time. They were close to Muzzy, food zone. I think that was the last. We were sharing a caravan.
And then what happened?
Fight.
Okay.
Fight. We used to argue and fight. Our neighbors are complaining of the noise. I've got to pack up. I've got 10 minutes to stay. I must pack up and leave. The neighbors were complaining of my husband and I fighting, or maybe there was one stage there was somebody else, so three of us shared. The friction there, fighting. My husband and the other sir were having a fight. So I was told to leave, and I can't remember since then. Like I said, I can give, I don't know, give you, I don't know, excuse me,
So how long have you been out here for?
A long time. I've done my rounds. Back to my husband on the street again. I was 1 or 2, 3 nights. I think one shelter in Wynberg. Wynberg. That reminds me. Kensington area. I was also in a night shelter there. A friend of mine, nice of her, I'll pay for you. There, I remember, there I was in a night shelter for a few nights. Cork Bay. I've been there, so if you need information there.
How do you find the shelters?
Nice to get your plate of food and shower and a bunk, bedding.
So do you prefer being in a shelter versus?
No, this is a flashback. Quickly come back in that area. Cork Bay, coming back, I forget, you see, and then it comes memory. Long Beach Mall, I roughed it out there as well. Storage land. I was also close, lucky. Then he dragged into the reeds. I don't know if you know the storage land side, Long Beach Mall. One night there alone, somebody comes up to me. I was lucky, I couldn't see, it was at night. And then he dragged me across to the reeds. I quickly made it across. There's a pub, feed hall, horse feed, because I still remember there's a few people that sleep there too, in that area. Luckily, as I got on, I mentioned the name, help, and he let go. I couldn't see, but he was about to pull me into the reed. Then I was lucky, because this was at night, and I didn't know what this would have done. I couldn't see face. Now I'm just remembering, because if you go there, and people have, there's all sorts of items lying there, in the reeds there, I think I even found this paint. I think somebody told me, what is that? It's a school raincoat in a red or blue. It's from school. Now I've been in the street, and I go to the police station, and I want to know people. It's a shame that was with me. Then one of these incidents, a white Golf stopped, and I know somebody, Shane. He was with me. We were in the main road one night. A white Golf, and get in the car. He took us around the corner, where a field. Open. I think there are 2 of them. I can't remember. It's at night. I take us somewhere stranger said to me, just and keep quiet. That was at night. Okay, he had to have intercourse with me, rather, okay, and sex with me, and okay, and I can't remember at night. The next thing I was in shock, and they left, and there were many others too. Yeah, other kind of, no, it wasn't him, but on my own as well.
Yeah. If you want both, you can have both.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Look, I don't like to have it. My husband, where's he? Security, train station.
Mm-hmm.
Mine now also a bit too much of my family and in-laws and husband. Because the last I saw, one of the security on the cut, that's what my husband looked like. And his head was hanging. I just thought, looks like he's going to drop dead any moment. I've got a daughter. She was working in the States somewhere. Okay. She came to visit industrial design.
How old is she?
She was born on the 29th of June. Greenpoint.
Greenpoint, yeah.
The hospital. Mm-hmm. There's a hospital there. Out there. I went.
I can just flip the top here. There's the back and then that.
Born if she was born 29th of June 1991 1990 or 91.
Okay.
Neither two.
Okay, so she's in her 30s.
So she's in late 30s, that's right. Okay. Well, I can give you the name of my daughter. Sure. Butterfly.
Does she know that you're in the situation?
I wasn't caught. I was actually aware of the way I live. Also, we were out in gardens in town.
Yeah.
We were there. She hired me an Uber. We had luncheon in the gardens, the two of us. She bought me a few things at Clicks, I remember, in town. But we first had to go, I think, to my ID. Then she said to me, look, I have to go back to go and meet a friend. And she ordered Uber back. I had to wait Uber, and then she paid. She went her way on her own, and then Uber paid. And I wanted to stop at Simon's house. Yeah. He said, no, okay, official. There is one, the guy that's sick. I came back, dropped me at the train station, Uber, and I got off, and it was the last time I saw her.
And do you speak to her at all? Because you said you don't have a cell phone.
No. So. Yeah. It was the last time.
So how would you contact her if you needed to?
Yeah, 3 people I know.
So they would contact her for
you?
3.
Because my daughter has met them before. I know. Come inside one of his lockers. This is what your daughter left me.
Okay.
She left you. Or she left. But that all got stolen and lost along the way.
Is that common to have your stuff stolen?
Oh, yes. Yeah. I mean, eventually, how much I've paid for with my own money and stuff gets stolen.
Is that everything that you currently have?
At the moment, this isn't what I own. Yeah. Which is ridiculous. So, what else do you want to do? Like, I'm also bipolar.
When were you diagnosed?
Must have been because I was where was this? In Falkenberg.
Okay.
Falkenberg.
Yes,
Falkenberg. To be honest, Falkenberg, I think it's Strickland as well. Mm-hmm. Strickland. Another clinic where, I don't know where this is, where you inside a wall, but you're not allowed to go out. Okay. All these walls, and then transferred. Okay. Now, I'll be honest, because, and my husband is schizophrenia. Yes, the voice. My husband.
Okay, your husband.
JJ. Well, he's schizophrenia. I'm bipolar. But my mother was also bipolar. My mother was also Falkenberg. Mm-hmm. I think also my mother's sister. Mm-hmm. As far as I know, my mother could have been so bad she could have got shocked.
And are you on any treatment? Are you on any meds?
Meds.
Do you take them regularly?
No.
Is it difficult to access them?
No, hospital is just up the road.
And it's easy to...
I don't know, I also want to find out what is the drug lithium. I can say my husband's schizophrenia.
Yeah.
He has voices. I'm bipolar. My mother was also bipolar.
You don't hear any voices
No,
or
I don't hear
anything. No, it's just... Do you have mood swings often?
Yes. And then my husband, he reckons I'm tripolar, which is 3.
And what is the third one?
I don't know. Tripolar is 3.
Now that you're here, do you have a community? Do you have anyone that you're friends with in this space?
No. People on the street, homeless as well, all different races, backgrounds.
And do you have a group that you...
No, because I know most of them. I usually prefer being on my own. Some sit with me for a while, and then off they go. Otherwise, might end up an argument. So then off I go. So I prefer to be on my own lately, and even being so fidgety.
And how do you keep yourself safe, seeing as you like to be on your own?
Ask God's help. I just ask God's help. Otherwise, trusting people with information.
Yeah.
And then I gotta be careful. I do not own a cell phone.
Yeah.
I give, like I say, station security, which we all know. Just say I can't take a number one and it once and for all. But I keep trying. I even know Sir on the street as well. He's also trying this mission. He's next. What he told me, but I've heard this I think the 3rd time. Or I want my next pay. I'm gonna just spend my money on heroin and spiking overdose. But that's what he wants, a suicide mission. I've heard this before. What you say?
Do you have any experience with substances, with drugs?
Well, I know, and they say this, and then off I go. And
you don't use any substances, any drugs?
Yes, I do.
What do you use?
Marijuana, now and again, took, and all those, banjaks.
And do you do it regularly?
I don't go my way, by this. You know all this. They haven't seen it by now, And you'll be surprised listening to some of their stories as well. But.
So what do you do for income? So how do you manage to survive?
I do have a bank account. So sometimes money I want, I need to get money. And those people know that. And that's quite common. It gets misstolen, that card.
So do you have your card now?
I don't. I kept it with a friend. Yeah.
Okay.
But that's stupid of me to do that, And it's quite a common one, like I told you, stealing as well.
Yeah. What has been the most helpful things for you when you've been out here now? What are you appreciative of the most?
I still do get hungry.
Yeah.
I still wouldn't mind a cup of coffee, something more, and I must say I've people that have helped. It's bad enough, When the rain comes, I haven't been today, but it's time when the rain comes, you're gonna get wet. I've been in places, I wake up, where am I, soaking wet. I look.
Where do you take shelter when it rains?
I quickly find shelter. Love and respect towards each other. I don't know.
What's the biggest lesson you've learned whilst being out here?
Don't judge no one. You know what I can tell. And what worries me too, I keep asking God's help and what I'm going through. I get to a stage too, I want to take my life. But then I keep trying.
What keeps you going?
The way, so when my doctor, like I said, maybe I'm scared to show what my body looks like. Body damage. My feet look like. The doctor doesn't see. Like I said, I've had bad experiences on the street.
Yeah.
Trauma.
Traumatized. I'm sure there's been a lot.
There you go.
And if someone could help you, if you could ask for any assistance, what kind of assistance would you want?
Well, I do know 1 or 2 good doctors at False Bay.
Mm-hmm.
They know my background. I know a few good doctors at False Bay. They know, but I wouldn't mind if I could. Well, but then again, I don't know.
You want to get checked up?
Yeah, there's a doctor, you see.
Is there something in particular you want them to check?
Oh, yes, from top to toe.
What exactly is troubling you?
No, there's damage, all kinds of damage.
When you say damage...
Bodily damage. I one day take off my shoe.
Like abrasions or
yes,
wounds?
Yes, all kinds.
So you'd want to get checked out
yeah,
by the doctor. And do you have your ID? Do you have an ID document with you?
That's true.
Did that get stolen along the way?
Yeah, I think I asked someone to keep that for me was my brother. I even lost contact. My brother. The social worker that also somehow managed to contact through the screen. Can contact my daughter once in the States. Okay. There's a social worker that knows me there at Carlsbad Hospital. She can help me towards accommodation, there. There's a social worker and doctors that know me.
So is there a reason you haven't gone there yet?
I don't want to scare the doctor. I just want to stop it and say, I'll get there. I've been saying so.
If you could share one bit of advice to anyone watching that you've learned in your life, what would your piece of advice be?
Just trusting people, yeah. Be careful who you trust. I'm just asking God to help you this through. Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing with us.
If you want to, like I say, get in contact with me again, you got my details.
Can we walk you to a little spot so you can sit down?
No.
Anywhere in particular?
I think I'll find in the street.
Pretty.
Thank you.
Thank you for mentioning
That's
matches.
beautiful.
It's like yours.
This I found somewhere for you. Anyway.
And so now we have matching ones.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so pretty. Look, so pretty. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you.